Hello and welcome to week 11. For week 11, you do not have a reading assignment. We're going to move right into the assignment that's due at the end of the week, which is the primary research. We're actually going to divide this into part 1 and part 2, and we're only going to work on part 1 this week. Part 1 details what you did for the data collection part of this process. So let's look at the assignment itself. And so basically, the first part, as I said, is the data collection part. And when you were reading your articles, you noticed that it had a level 2 heading, methods, and then you had level 3 headings, participants, instrumentation, and data collection. It might not have always called the instrumentation. It might have said the actual name of the instrument, like surveys. But these are the methods that you would have used for your data collection. Now, part of the methods is the data analysis, and then we go into the results of, this is the raw data, this is where we break it down and kind of interpret it. Then we have limitations, anything that would have impeded us from getting all of the results that we wanted to get. And then a discussion, and that brings your primary and secondary research together. And finally, you'll add an appendix to this research, and you'll actually add it to the first portion. But this first part, like I said, is the data collection. This second part is more related to how the data, what it said, the analysis of it. Okay, so ultimately, this is what we're working on for this first week. For this week, you just have to do this part, but I do want you to add that appendix. So you're going to submit part 1 and the appendix this week on Sunday. And so you should have a document that starts with methods. Participants, you'll describe who participated in your study. You'll include demographics. Instrumentation, you'll describe the instrument you used to collect the data. In our case, it's a 10-question survey. You may have had both open-ended and closed-ended questions. And then you'll attach those as an appendix. And then you'll explain when you collected the data. For example, you'll say something like, the survey was created on November 10th, 2024, and it was distributed to a Right 1060 class and friends and family via social media sites, Facebook and Twitter, and then when it was closed. This is all we're working on this week. It's not that much, but it's the beginning of putting that primary research together. You don't need to go on to this part of it. This part is due next week. All right, and plus you'll need time to go through the data analysis. You'll need time to link your primary and secondary research. All right, so let's go back. This is just a quick, Google slide, but again, you can see examples of the participants, examples of the instrumentation, examples of what you might say in the data collection portion, and then you can see that I went on for data analysis, results, limitations, discussion. So you have examples in this Google slide deck, but you also have a full primary research analysis, the entire assignment. Now, again, remember, this week you're only turning in these 3 first pieces. You'll start with methods. You'll describe your participants, your instrumentation, your data collection. And this gives you an idea of how to do that, what kinds of details you might add. All right, so once you've looked through all of these review pieces, you'll go ahead and submit that part 1, the participants, instrumentation, and data collection portions of the primary research. If you have questions this week, don't hesitate to ask.